back here on the Front 5 Live Zone. So it happens to be one of the biggest stories of the day. I'm referring to the Dow sinking nearly 900 points in a global market sell-off. To put it simple, it's a bad day on Wall Street. Earlier today, our own Jacqueline Matter got a chance to figure out how we can weather the storm. She did so when she sat down with the Money Coach.
As Japan's market plummets to its worst day since the 1987 Black Monday crash, U.S. stocks open in just about 15 minutes with fear and tension rising amid a global market sell-off. So let's bring in the Money Coach, Lynette Kelfani-Cox, with more on what to make of this stock shock, how to weather this financial storm. Glad to have you here with us on Good Day. Let's first talk a little bit about maybe what's causing this dip that we're seeing. If people, maybe over the weekend weren't familiar with what happened on Friday, here we are Monday, and we're just seeing these numbers globally just go wild.
That's right, Jacqueline. Obviously, it's not just the United States that is seeing a stock market sell-off. It started on Friday, but we're seeing Europe, Asia, and Japan. As you mentioned, the Nikkei was down over 12%. Really what triggered it is, in large part, fears about the potential for a U.S. recession, the idea that the U.S. economy might be getting a lot weaker due to the jobs data that came out on Thursday. And the bottom line is that there are a lot of fears about the Fed and Fed policy. People think that the Fed is behind the curve and that they should have cut interest rates by now. But they didn't, and they haven't. And folks are looking forward to a potential for a rate cut in September, but people think it might be a little too little too late. And so in addition to worries about the U.S. economy, there are also increased fears about what's going on in the Middle East, in particular, potential worries about the prospect of Iran maybe attacking Israel, that kind of thing. So all of this combined is why we're seeing this massive global stock market sell-off.
Right. Okay. And, on Friday, those numbers dipped almost 1,000 points. What are you expecting? The opening bell here, about 10 minutes from now expected. What do you think that we might see when that opening bell goes off?
There's no question we're going to continue to see a ton of volatility. I do expect a sell-off to continue on this Monday, and that's largely because we know it. We can see it in the futures data, which is showing where the Nasdaq or where the Dow are headed. So we do expect to see a continued decline from Friday. But here's what I'm telling people in terms of what to do about all of this. The first thing is, if you're looking at these headlines and the numbers look really scary, and of course it looks really bad when you see all of that kind of blood red there, but the first thing you should really do for your own portfolio is just kind of double check your own asset allocation. And that's just a fancy way of saying the mix of investments that you have, how much you have in stocks, how much you have in bonds, how much you have in cash, that kind of thing. Research shows that 90% of your portfolio's performance is going to be based on that mix, not the individual stocks that you own. So you also want to make sure that you don't panic sell or don't make any panic moves. So some people just want to throw in the towel, especially if they see, for example, tech stocks are likely to continue to get hammered. But you don't want to make any moves because overall you want to watch the trends. The day-to-day headlines, again, they might seem scary, but that's not what really matters. What is most important is your portfolio trending the way that you think and that you want it to be headed in the long run? Cycles happen, one-day sell-offs happen. It doesn't portend that overall your stocks are going to continue to head south. So don't make any major moves just based on fear or emotion.
Okay, good to know. Because I know a lot of people probably looked at maybe their 401k, looked at some of their investments, and were like, oh, goodness, that is going to be interesting. But be patient, wait it out, you're saying, and that's some good advice. But as things change, potentially, we will keep a close eye on it and maybe check back in with you sometime shortly. Thank you so much, Lynette. Good to see you, as always.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, keeping a close eye on it. I can tell you right now that the Dow Jones Industrial Average had slumped nearly 900 points, or 2.2%, shortly after noon. This is a big deal, and if those of you, obviously, who have 401ks, it's probably not a day in which you're all smiles, but it's a day that we will continue to follow that story for you right here on the LZ.